its way in Minneapolis. Welcome inside Target Field. MLB The Show has action out of the AL Central. It's the Detroit Tigers taking on the Minnesota Twins. First pitch coming at you right after the break. First pitch moments away, and on the hill, the big righty, David Festa.
Yeah, his ERA last year was a little worse than average, so definitely be looking for better results this season. You know, one of the keys is just being able to have a consistent delivery and to be able to repeat that delivery so you can hit this.
The Tigers are back on the road. First visit of the season to Target Field. Good news for us today is this is a night game, so not really a problem with the batter's eye here in Target Field. David Festa off to a good start. Sub-3 ERA through 2 starts as a slider is in for a strike on Justin Henry Malloy.
And the slider just misses.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I've never understood that either. Can't play left, but can play right. Or vice versa. Whatever. Malloy with a rocket on a fastball. Safe to say we got that thing timed up. Leadoff single for Justin Henry Malloy.
All over that one right there. Fastball pretty much middle.
I hate MLB Fridays. Why I hate most Team City Connects. I am in a world of hurt when it comes to the City Connects, and we'll go through that here shortly. Gary Carpenter against Festa, ball 1.
And that's ball 1. Carpenter with a homer in his
394 average. What a homestand it was for Gary Carpenter. Got going in that final game against Seattle, and then was just really red hot the entire homestand. Carpenter, foul. Launched on that, took some off the fastball. Be anywhere from 97 or 92 to 97 for David Festa. Ooh.
Right through there for a strike.
Ooh. I wasn't expecting backdoor slider this early on pitch number 6. Man, oh man. He does only have 3 pitches, though. Interesting choice.
Ball
2.
2-2.
So I have been on the hunt for the 2024 version of the Tigers City Connect dugout hoodie. They're really, really hard to find on the internet, and I found one on eBay. Wasn't exactly the right size, but I could make it work. In the air to center from Carpenter. That'll be caught for out number 1. Finally pulled the trigger on that after I was going through options of looking on MLB Shop in Europe and Japan to try and find this thing. Finally pulled the trigger on it on eBay, right? Like a couple hours ago. Bought it. Dude already refunded it. I'm going to guess he sold it to somebody else. I have no idea, but there was still a fucking listing on eBay. So mad. Ball 1 to Riley Green.
Takes ball 1. Man at first, 1 away.
Problem with MLB Shop Japan is that they have them, but they will not ship them to the U.S. Certain items they will. Apparently, that ain't one of them.
That misses.
2-0 to Riley Green. So I think I might just have to bite the bullet and buy the 2025 one, because it's getting absurd the amount of bad luck I've had trying to buy one of these things.
Here comes a pitch. Swinging a foul.
Unfortunate 2-1. Probably should have just let that go.
Arms extended, tied him up a little bit.
Fastball and a couple of fastballs rather, and a change up here to Riley. And kind of off the end of the bat there, way out in front on it, and foul. But another good fastball from Festa. Ooh. Probably should have got that one. Did not. Gotta say, I don't mind the Minnesota Twins new City Connects. I think the hat is awful with the big 10,000 lakes on the side. And weak contact there from Riley. It just fluttered off the bat. This is kind of what we did in the first inning against the Yankees as well. You know, we get the leadoff man on, and then you got, in theory, your best hitters coming up here, and their contact has just not been there. So here's Torque. Late on that.
First offering is fouled off.
I noticed today that Fanatics and MLB Shop and all that, anything Fanatics affiliated, did up their prices like site-wide. Launched foul there from Torque. After a solid start to this game, solid single from Justin Henry Malloy. Tigers looking at no runs here in the first. Ooh, good protection there by Torkelson. Probably would have helped to be a little bit more focused on that instead of ranting about a hoodie, but here we are.
Spoils a two-strike pitch, and he'll see another.
Back to the same damn spot way later on that, expecting something else. Everything for the most part up and in to Torkelson. In the air again, and it's just weak contact. That is just Torque's results at the plate this year, and the power that he's hit for. David Festa said, I wasn't getting burnt by that. Everything up and in there. Yeah, so it's either like buy the new City Connect hoodie, which doesn't look as good, or dump the anywhere from $130 to $180 on a jersey, which I don't really want to do.
And not everyone's going to pitch like a number 1 or number 2.
Willie Castro, former Tiger, leading off for the Minnesota Twins against Reese Olson.
On average, and when you look at that kind of performance, it has a place on every ball club.
Willie pretty good for contact, not so much power. Swing and a miss on sinker there, and wow. I haven't seen Reese with his hat off in game before. Wow, I was not expecting that. Made a mistake with that curveball. Willie Castro just took it. A strikeout for Reese Olson.
And here's the first baseman, Jose Miranda.
Jose Miranda, 260 to start the year.
The lefties, however, give him a little bit more trouble. That one finds the zone.
And really for the Tigers here, I think just the most important thing is just avoid a big inning allowed in like the first 1 or 2. Malloy on the run should be able to get there here on Miranda, and he does. Because our pitching has gotten better as games have progressed. Would like to continue that trend. But it's been big innings, the first inning, second inning, that have really killed us so far here in the season, and a big reason as to why we're under 500.
I mean, that's really hitting. When you can hit and drive the ball
Carlos Correa.
Look out. Keep an eye out on this guy
and
who digs in.
Little nubber, Reese Olson with a flip on to Colt Keefe. And that'll end the first inning. The Twins go down 1-2-3, so a good start for Reese. See if we can focus up at the plate and put some runs on the board here.
Top of the second, Gleyber Torres up to the plate.
Well, does the returning Gleyber Torres activated off the 10-day IL today.
And he was born in Venezuela.
Hitting for average and a little bit of power before he got hurt. Right before we came home.
That misses the zone, and that is ball 1.
David Festa really got better as that inning went along. You saw the pitch selection to Torque. That was just really, really tough. Ground ball foul.
Fouled off left side.
And really everything near the zone that he's offering right now has been on or around the edges. Oh,
Labor gets a piece.
got us out in front there on that. Pulled the string on a changeup. He threw it back to back. And now the 1-2. Slider, kind of expected that.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase
Tigers with
pitches
leadoff single back in the first.
Not an easy
Could not advance Malloy. Wow. Much sharper break on that slider. Much better break there thrown by Festa and his first strikeout of the day.
Tracking into the zone and then also being a little bit anxious, not confident in your two-strike approach. And so when a guy's in that position, you get him to commit early, and a lot of times you get the swing and miss as you did right there.
See Colt Keith here. Been on a pretty good run, batting .275.
In the OBP department.
And that one, right center field. That's out in Byron Buxton territory, though, as that ball didn't really do much of anything.
That's just a really nice catch on the run right there. He saved extra.
Colt took speed off of that fastball there.
Give him a second to catch his breath before
and the
he's ready to deal the next
second
pitch.
Tigers at bat for Tomas Nido.
Tomas Nido, the next to hit, takes outside. No score here in the second.
And ground ball. Gonna be a tough play, and Nido, I think, is gonna get on here.
And they can't get the out.
2 out infield single. Nido picks up his first hit as a member of the Tigers. Now Trey Sweeney. Been an up and down start for Trey. In the air to right and foul again. Absolute rocket off the bat of Sweeney. We straighten out that fastball. It's going to be a rough day, I think, for Festa. Ooh, just missed that changeup.
1-1.
Zone has been fairly straightforward. You really got to hit your spot here so far.
2 outs.
Inside, 2-1.
Inside, and it's 2-1.
Number 9 hitter is Javier Baez. Would Festa rather face him?
Right through there.
Fastball down and in. Rather, down and away. 2-2 on Trey Sweeney. 3 fastballs thrown from Festa. And a ground ball. That has a chance to be a base hit, and they called him out.
To get the third out, the inning is over. Tigers lead 1.
That is one hell of a close play, but another deflected hit off an infielder. Flip to the pitcher. I mean, that play is just undefeated in this game, man.
Bottom of the second. Here's Royce Lewis.
Well, this is a guy that gave us fits at times. Tigers franchise a year ago, Royce Lewis. I want to check and see how close this play was. It certainly felt like a very close play at first base. And I think, oh my god. I feel like that deserves at least a review here. Is he probably out? Yes. Yeah, I'd say that he is, but I mean, you could argue he's got spikes on the base too, so I mean, I don't know how you make that call and we don't get a review out of that. Royce Lewis, ground ball, Trey Sweeney. Lewis not quick.
Throws to first. One up, one down.
Deceptive slider right there, stayed in the tunnel a long time.
Royce decided to go after a slider first pitch.
So up next,
Matt Wallner off to a hot start, despite an 0 for 4 yesterday. Sinker will miss from Reese Olson.
1 out, base is empty. Swing and a tapper that rolls foul.
Got to be impressed with what Reese has done so far. Got Wallner down 1-2. Curveball would not offer.
Down and in.
How about a backdoor slider of our own? Chop foul. Great protection there. Wallner is another guy that can hurt you. And in the air to center. Shallow right center. Riley Green underneath it for out number 2.
Green hauls it in, 2 away.
Fell off to a great start. He's really cruising out there on the mound. He's got a chance to get
last couple of our games, you could say, were pitchers' duels. The 3-0 win over the Yankees, the 4-2 loss. And a good slider from Reese Olson. 8 walks on the year for Byron. And Buxton has lost a little bit of speed from what he had at the start of his career, but still a threat to steal bases.
Just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you
chop foul, got him out in front on that sinker.
2 out, space is empty.
And now the 1-2. Wow.
Next offering way off the plate.
Got to make better competitive pitches in 2-strike counts, I'd say. And that one is down the line. That is going to stay. Oh, it did hook foul.
Man, just a matter of inches right there.
Close down the right field line. I wish they'd slow it down just a little bit. That was so close. And here it is. To me, that hits the line. I ain't going to complain about it, but my God. Curveball will miss low, and it is 3-2 with Ryan Jeffers due up next. Oh, boy. That is a line drive right at Riley Green, and we got away with a pretty terrible pitch there in the 3-2, gotta say. 6 up, 6 down for Minnesota, 9-1-2 upcoming for Detroit. I am so happy. So happy this is a night game. Well, Javier Baez has cooled off a little bit, but still a 357 start. Ball 1.
First pitch, and he just misses.
And David Festa certainly gotten off to a pretty good start. Not exactly the most efficient start.
Right on the back of his neck is the Major League Baseball logo, so it's effectively
take that
right under the MLB logo that's on his cap.
Looked pretty good.
You need to see a bigger mistake, I think.
Not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Changeup. I thought that was going down. Yeah, a Javi Baez tattoo. Only a matter of time. Ooh. We took a hittable changeup and just got dealt an even better one. And Festa's done that a couple times now. He's thrown us a bit of a mistake and then doubles down on that same pitch and throws it even better the next time. Ball 1 to Malloy. 1 for 1. One of the 2 Tigers hits to this point in the game. And pretty weak contact there from Malloy. This will actually be handled by Trevor Larnach, not Buxton, as it was curling away from Byron just a little bit. Here's Kerry Carpenter. Credited with a line out his first time. I guess, yeah, it technically was. Well inside. And with 2 strikes here, do you really even bother pitching to Carpenter and go after a struggling Riley Green instead? So far, not the case. I never liked the orange. I don't really know why. I think it was just because the home uniforms were so clean that I would always hate the aways. But I think my opinion on them has changed greatly since people really started embracing like custom gear. Like back when everybody would just have dark navy blue cleats, dark, batting gloves, everything. Then they were a little bit lame, but you got a guy like Kerry Carpenter, great example. A lot of orange when we're on the road.
2 down, nobody on.
Take that one. Not our pitch, wasn't looking for it. Probably a pop-up in foul territory. Now the wind not helping Carp out here today. 3-1. And I am absolutely perplexed as to why this zone is being called as straight up as it is. It is Woody Keller behind home plate. In the air, left center field. Gary Carpenter has given one a ride. It is off the wall and over the wall. I thought that hit the top of the wall. Maybe it did. 2-out double for Carpenter, and what a time it would be. Nope, that hops straight over. What a time it would be for Riley to break out of a little mini slump here. He's been okay, but certainly not what we're looking for out of Green. And that one down the line and right. Green is turned on one, and it's off the wall. Carpenter will score. And Riley Green with an RBI double. Just what we needed. 1-0 Tigers.
Nicely and ripped it down the line and pick up 2 bases. That can be a tough pitch to keep fair, but his timing was great.
Well, we'll see what Torque can do. You see how it went the first time. Didn't have much of a chance. 4 fastballs up and in, and a hanging changeup that I wouldn't pull the trigger on. In the air to left. Torkelson has hit one well. Carrying back out there and gone. Come on. That is Spencer Torkelson's 7th of the season.
It's 3-0.
And it is 3-0. Pat didn't curse Spencer Torkelson for long.
And it paid off. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Didn't get a lot of that, but got enough. Certainly not the most impressive torque bomb. We will take that. 3-0 Detroit. 45 pitches in for David Festa. And Glaber, wow. That was a better ball to hit than we saw with Torque, and it just didn't do anything off the bat of Glaber. 3 runs on 5 hits for Detroit, and Reese Olson on the mound for us, dealing so far.
Back at target field, bottom of the inning. Ryan Jeffers.
So we'll see Ryan Jeffers. Sinker will just miss. Shouldn't even really mention it. This is like a legacy game being called right now for Woody Keller. In the air to center. And I don't know if Minnesota just doesn't have the power to make up for this wind out here today, but a lot of deep fly balls and no damage on them yet.
Here's Trevor Larnach.
So we'll see Trevor Larnach. We'll get a little bit cute here. Yeah, missed with it. I was doing so well on that backdoor slider for so long and kind of lost the touch a little bit. Sinker in. Left up there a little bit by Reese. And the 1-1. Oh, swing and a miss. Certainly thinking sinker again. And the 1-2. That's a hanger, but foul.
That wasn't an easy pitch to hit. It's much easier
now I
to
think
do
we try it
damage
again.
against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
Slider got him. And Reese has been the one that has used that pitch to greater effect than anybody. 2 away, and here is Edouard Julien.
Got a little too excited and was out in front. Tell you what, when you get a pitch
away
like that, you cannot miss it. Those have a chance to go a long way.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. There's the changeup.
Probably more swings and misses than we have gotten in any game so far this year. At least on pace for strikeout number 3 for Reese. Back-to-back to end the third. 3-0 Tigers looking to add on more.
And welcome back to the ballpark. Out of the 4th, and here's the first baseman, Colt Keith.
Well, we got Colt Keith, and you got to think one more good inning against David Festa. Probably going to end his day.
First pitch misses.
Well, these Tigers doing a good job of putting the ball.
No indication of action in the Twins bullpen yet, though.
On the defensive side,
he's got a little wiggle room.
Thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous.
Nasty slider
right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
Timed it well, but the bottom fell out. 2-1. Colt Keith 0 for 1. David Festa to throw pitch number 50 here. And 3-1 on Colt. I think if you you get Colt Keith on base with a leadoff walk, probably going to see some movement in the Twins' pen. Down low and misses. Called well by Woody Keller. Leadoff walk for Colt Keith. Yeah, so, I don't know. I'm sure I've told this story before. I was actually in Minneapolis, like, during its construction phase, and so I was able to, you know, see it in the very early stages. I'm like, wow, that looks really cool. And, I mean, compared to the Metrodome, that never really looked good, I always seem to like this place, but now the more I think about it, the less I like it. And it doesn't just entirely have to do with the batter's eye.
Some movement in the Twins bullpen.
Well, and right on cue, Minnesota bullpen has some action. It was a good first pitch fastball from Festa, though, up and into Tomas Nido. And a ground ball, a dive, and he can't get there. Colt Keith will head to third. Throw is up the third base line, and the Tigers have runners on the corners. And Tomas Nido is 2 for 2.
Through the infield, that's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say.
I had actually said when I saw that we had to call up Tomas Nido that he could be one of our best hitting catchers on this roster. David Festa will exit. See who the Twins bring in from the pen. Just an innings eater. Simeon Woods Richardson. Minus the hyphen. As MLB The Show has still not expanded their own character limit to allow him to have one.
Trey Sweeney. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
We're going to let Simeon throw a pitch here. I want to see something. Wow. First sign of problems from Woody Keller. What does the back of his jersey say? They still haven't fixed that either. Simeon Woods Richardson. Way to go, guys. Big spot for Trey Sweeney. 1-1.
Shortstop takes the ball.
Words are hard. We know that. Line drive! Oh my goodness, I don't know how Nido is back. Looked like they fielded that right on the first base back. No idea. Ball 1 to Javier Baez.
In this situation, the batter's got to know what the pitcher's trying to do to him, and that's trying to get him to
for
hit the
1
ball on the ground, get 2 for 1. You got to look for something up in the zone. At worst,
and Baez right back up the middle. A dive attempt, no good. Throw on to first is not in time, and an RBI single for Javi. A fucking eyelash in my eye or something. That's like blinking really hard, try and get it to go anywhere. Couldn't see.
So the batting order turns over. Justin Henry.
Well, chance for a big inning here for Detroit.
1 for 2.
Ball 1 to Malloy.
And that's ball 1.
No home runs on the season yet for Jahen. And we contact. Something we don't say very often about Malloy, and Nido will stay where he is. 2 away, and the reason for that is we got Kerry Carpenter in the 2-hole yet again today. 1 for 2 on the night. Average sitting right even at 400. Ball one.
First pitch misses for ball one.
And again, I don't think there is any reason to pitch to Carpenter here, even though Riley hurt him, or at least hurt the Twins last time. 2-0.
Good spot for the hitter.
Could see him trying to dot a fastball up and away.
Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
Get a good strike in there.
2 outs.
Ooh, that's probably hittable. That's Richardson trying to get back in this AB. And a weak little contact, but that is going to get down. Nito is headed home. Throw is up the line. Nito scores, and another runner up to third base. So an RBI for Carpenter, as Woods Richardson was not the answer to stop this bleeding.
Somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
Riley Green, RBI double. His last time up.
Now a chance to drive in another run.
Oh, started that swing way too early.
At third, Carpenter on at first with 2 down.
Wouldn't have mattered even if we had timed it up. Launch foul.
On the right side. That'll hook off into the seats.
Well, a couple of fastballs have gotten Green out in front. Down 0-2.
2 outs.
In the dirt. Good block.
In the dirt, blocked. Runners
Not much space
with 2
between
strikes.
home plate and the backstop here in Minnesota. So even if a ball does get past, probably not a good decision to go.
And there's a ball.
In the dirt, 2-2. Make it full.
And it's 3-2.
Yeah, Torkelson, who hit a home run an inning ago.
Extend the inning.
And he's
Up next.
already, so I'm sure he'd love a chance to do some more damage here.
And ball 4 to Riley.
He was down early in that plate appearance.
Oh, my.
Works the walk.
Well, interesting. He went with the off speed and walked the hitter. Man, you got to challenge the guy with the fastball.
See what they want to throw to Torque.
Torkelson now at the plate.
Fastball
He's
middle
already
away.
this one.
Torque drove it out of here last time.
There's a strike. Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a
Tiny bit late there on that. Woods Richardson really hasn't thrown his best fastball when he's tried to get swings and misses. Oh, they got that call too. Woody Keller has remembered who he is, even though he hasn't called anything egregious yet.
That's way
Ball 1.
outside. 1-2 to count.
20 pitches for Woods Richardson. He's only recorded 1 out.
Maybe he can climb back into this at bat.
Actually, no, I think he got both because they pulled. No, they only got the bullpen up when Festa walked Keith to start this inning. That's away again.
This is outside.
Full count on Torkelson. Nowhere to put him. Ooh, that was close. That's a really good pitch right on the outer edge. And Torque fouled it away. Ground ball to third. That was another really good pitch there from Simeon Woods Richardson, right on the lower part of the strike zone. Tigers scored 2 more, 5 runs on 8 hits. We head to the bottom of the 4th, and Minnesota clinging what little life they have left.
Back in Minnesota, this is Willie Castro.
Top of the order here against Reese Olson. 31 pitches to get through 3 innings.
That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Reese just feels on today. Down the line, and there is the first hit of the day for the Minnesota Twins. Well, maybe I spoke too soon.
And it's a leadoff double for their first hit of the game.
To be honest, there's just not much you can do about that. I think that was a good sinker down and away, and Willie Castro, good contact hitter, barreled that up, and I mean, it carried all the way down there, all the way to the wall. That's a good pitch. Not much you can do about that.
Miranda, the next Twin up to hit. And that's off
Oh!
the inside edge.
So I see, the zone is big for the Twins and very, very small for us. Thank you, Woody.
Hardly order coming up right behind them. This is where they need to
Fouled
get
it
going.
away.
And that one fouled off.
I think it's clear what Miranda is trying to do here. Trying to at least hit a ball to the right side and advance the runner. Oh, the strike there from Keller. Oh, boy. That's trouble. Carpenter on the run. He gloves it. And they don't tag the runner. That is... Oh, my God.
The batter, number 4.
That was such a terrible ball for Carpenter to throw on. He did a good job of getting it back in quickly. But, wow.
One of the things with
0-1 to Miranda.
Not just on offense, but defense as well. A guy who's won a platinum glove as the best defender in
and
the
a ground
American
ball
League.
to the left side.
On Carlos Correa.
Man, oh man.
Likes to, before games, go to a
what a well-executed sinker there by Reese Olson.
Sinker low in the zone right there and produced exactly what he was looking for. Ball on the ground, nice ground out.
Royce Lewis, the next Twin up to him.
So here is Royce Lewis.
His first trip.
Oh boy, watch out. Carpenter on the run again, and he's got it up against the wall. Twins still can't find the run column. They do pick up their first hit though. We head to the 5th, 5-0 Tigers.
Ready now for the 5th inning. Here's the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Rough start to the series, and his return to the lineup for Gleyber Torres. Last time, got a really hittable fastball, didn't do anything.
Woods Richardson back to work. That's outside.
Ball 1.
And that's ball 1.
Well, these Tigers putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their
Oh, my
chances
God,
at the
that's a
plate.
rocket.
It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter
Woods
early,
Richardson
get
misses
the game
his
before
spot
he
with the
settles in.
slider.
So I'd say
Torres,
mission accomplished.
his first hit since his return.
Now batting.
That's good to see.
Colt Keith.
Cole Keith 0 for 1 really started the rally in the 4th inning.
First
Ball
pitch
1.
doesn't find the zone. Torres on at first, nobody out. Keith measures 6 feet 2 inches, 210
Cole
pounds,
down the
and
line
he
and
was
foul.
a 5th-round pick in 2020.
Woods Richardson is serving up a lot of hard contact.
Pitch on this next one.
1-1.
Up and
Ah,
and a count
Woody
2-1.
has struck the Twins for the first time. As soon as we started to get, comfortable with Woody Keller, he has now decided that he's not calling the edges at all.
And a breaking ball drops in for a strike.
Wasn't really looking for it. Or at least he's not calling the edges consistently, I should say. Ooh.
Got him looking, that's a strikeout.
All right.
Well, just a beautiful fastball on the inside corner for that backwards K right there. I think the hitter
What's she gonna do?
Coming from that opposite arm angle.
The whole bunch of pitches inside.
And just got locked
Certainly
up by the hard
hittable,
stuff,
but
boring in on his hands.
man, oh man. Tomas Nido, 2 for 2 today. In the dirt. Good block by Jeffers. Even scored a run with his slow ass.
Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, welcome to the Woody Keller Show here in the 5th inning. Fouled
He
off.
swings and fouls one off.
Kind of pitched the top of the zone last time. Might as well do it again. 1-2. Ground ball. This is going to be a bit of a tough play here. However, Nito is so slow. It is a double play.
Home half of the 5th coming up. It's the Tigers 5.
Oh my God, he didn't even come close. And look at the ground that Royce Lewis had to cover. He's halfway down the line already, but he just can't get there.
And we're back, ready to go for the last half of the inning.
Man, oh man.
Matt Wallner.
Matt Wallner versus Reese Olson. Here to start the bottom of the 5th.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1.
Well, these
Started to rush some pitches a little bit that we weren't doing earlier in the game.
Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly
Sinker will miss low.
They have guys in this lineup capable of
Adjusted, did what we needed to do. Change up, and there's Matt Wallner at work. Twins have 2 hits, and they are both off of well-executed pitches for Reese.
Only 2 hits allowed so far tonight, Boone, so I don't think that one will disrupt his momentum all that much. You know, he's really been on top of his game, commanding his pitches all night long.
So now we see Buxton. I mean, that's just a really good pitch.
For Minnesota, Byron Buxton. In there, and it's 0-1.
Strike by Keller.
When you examine Buxton's career trajectory, the thing that really jumps out, the speed and the defense early on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Nobody out.
I'm able to try the curveball in a second. Got him with the curve. Reese Olson, strikeout number 4. He's certainly not racking up strikeouts by any means, but gotta imagine that's why his pitch count is so low.
Now, especially with how effective pitchers work up in the zone these days, that's a devastating combination.
Jeffers in the box now as he looks at ball 1.
That's trouble. Slicing away from Carpenter, that will get down. Played off the wall very well, and they will stop the runner at 3rd. Well, I'll tell you, the 2 balls that have gotten past Kerry Carpenter, he has fielded them so well.
2 on, 1 out. Trevor Larnach, the next Twin up to him.
Trevor Larnach.
His first at bat was a strikeout. That's off the mark.
I don't want to have to get anybody up for Reese just yet, but it's getting to that point. 2-0. I mean, I'm struggling to throw strikes, and then when I do, I'm missing my spot.
Seen a young pitcher out there on the mound. In this situation, ahead 2-0.
Thank you, Woody.
He's put himself in a really good spot.
Missed it. 3-1. That's such a stupid spot to try and break out a backdoor slider.
The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they
In there for strike 2. I might try it again. I don't know if it's good or bad or whatever. Oh my God, he took it.
Strikes him out for the 2nd time today.
Trevor Larnach down on strikes again. That is a brain dead take.
But for some reason, he didn't pick it up.
My lord.
He just kind of got into the strike zone late, gave up on it a little bit early.
Edward Julian, strike 1.
2nd time, and that's strike 1.
Can't hit the zone, or at least hit my spot with anything other than the fastball.
The 1-1 is fouled off.
You're lucky that stayed in the park. Good thing we're up against the number 9 hitter. Julian down the line right at Colt Keith.
Twins strand a pair.
Twins cannot break through. 5-0. Looking to get 2 more innings out of Reese Olson. I think we're going to be able to do it. .35 pitches for Simeon Woods Richardson.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
And his replacements
Danny Coulombe
warming up in the pen.
Baldelli. Sands getting loose as well.
0-1 here on Sweeney.
Strike 2.
No ball.
Not sure how I missed it, but missed it I did.
Swing and a miss. Struck it
Oh,
out.
you get it. Those are 2 really strange swings and misses there for Trace Sweeney. Not his day,
It's hard to get
say the
bat
least.
around on a pitch like that in tight. You just feel like you're crowded on the inside part of the plate. Can't get any extension.
Ball
That's
1 to
what
Javi.
definitely should have laid off of.
Baez.
RBI single his last
He takes
time.
ball 1.
On his 4th RBI. Baez, hard hit. That one's going to get caught out there and left by Trevor Larnach.
He was all over that fastball right there. I tell you what, if he
That's where I don't even care. If Javi's going to get out but hit the ball hard,
way back.
those are going to drop.
To the top of the Detroit order. And
Now
next
here's
up for the
Malloy.
Tigers, Justin Henry Malloy.
Ball one.
First offering misses badly for ball one.
Tough to imagine Woods Richardson coming back out for the 7th, but I suppose he could. Ooh.
Big swing and a miss.
Fastball certainly looked like it was coming down.
With the fastball,
Thought we got a hang and change up, try to get out in front on it. We were late on the fastball. Like that. That's what I thought we had last pitch.
2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top half of the 6th.
1-2 on Malloy. And 2-2.
Close with that one. And the count is even 2-2.
Ground ball to
right
first
side.
base.
He takes it on his
Well, nice
own.
plays at
It's a
first
1-2-3
so
inning.
far.
Nothing across here this half. Top of the
Simeon
order,
Woods
2
Richardson,
the
really
half of the
since
6th. It's the
he's had a
Tigers
full
5
inning
and
to
the
work,
Twins
has just
nothing.
kept this game right where Minnesota needs him to keep it.
Welcome back. As we take a
Here's
look
your
at
starter
today's
comparison.
pitchers affairs so far.
David Festa didn't last very long. Once we finally broke through, his time in this game was numbered. However, Reese Olson still out here, for the most part, dealing. He's worked himself into a little bit of trouble each of the last 2 innings.
And first offering is
And it is
fouled
the
off.
top of the order, Willie Castro here. So this is going to be a telling inning, I think, for Reese.
Ball
1-1.
there.
He's lost touch on a lot of the off-speed.
And that's
As
downstairs and
aforementioned.
outside.
You time it up well, still can't hit the spot. In the air to center.
Field. Green
Finally,
settles
Green
under.
back to get it, and we will retire the
Makes the
leadoff
grab.
hitter.
And there's one
Again,
down.
another deep fly ball.
Now batting, first baseman.
So up next,
Let's see Jose Miranda. And first pitch swing and pop up to shallow right center.
Carpenter hauls it in,
Carpenter there, and there's 2 away. I mean, with a lead like this, I feel like we can really leave Reese in until the wheels fall off. Carlos Correa is 0 for 2.
Well, as good as things can be,
Despite
it
a
can
solid
be
start
tough
to the
day in
year,
office, even for the skippers.
average in the
Seeing
270s.
the offense just sputter, not able to get anything
That one a
going.
rocket. Riley Green on the run. I don't think he's going to get there. He cannot. It's up against the wall. It'll be a 2-out double for Carlos Correa.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Other than ripping
A little bit lower trajectory than a lot of the other deep fly balls here from Minnesota, so this one just kind of cut through the air.
In the center field, so that definitely felt good.
Now the third baseman, Royce Lewis.
Here's Royce Lewis, 0 for 2. Eey.
That one's in there.
Don't do that again. Don't do that again.
And that's
1-1.
outside.
The only adjustment he needs to make is his target. If you aim at the outside corner, that slider's going to end up
Change
way
up,
out
caught
late.
the edge.
Perhaps look a little more down the middle. And
Could
you did it
try
right
a
where you
curve.
The 1-2.
That one down the right side. Carpenter cannot get there.
But it's foul.
Hang and curve. Popped up.
Foul
This
ball
one's
there.
also going to get out of play. It's a great job to protect her.
Man at second.
And back up the middle, and I think the Twins are on the board.
Coming home.
Throw from
Here's the
Green.
throw to the plate.
Not in time.
And
5-1.
from second scores on the play. It's 5-1.
Twins finally break
Now it's the
through.
right fielder, Matt Wallner.
And I'm going to get some action up in the pen. Not going to do anything too crazy here just yet. I'm going to go with Bo Breesky as our right-hander.
A swing and a miss, and that's strike one.
Matt Wallner coming up to the plate, aggressive.
Next off,
Foul away, 0-2. Good slider called by Woody Keller. Royce Lewis does finally get the Minnesota Twins on the board. Twins with 5 hits in the last 3 innings, but only 1 run to show for it as the Tigers still lead by 4.
Now pitching for
Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Danny Coulombe.
Bringing in the left.
Well, that's trouble.
Coming up to hit. Classic bullpen.
I think for now, with the lead, we leave Carpenter in here. Ground ball. Goodness gracious.
Really nice job to get your.
They have
first
played
hit ball game.
us just in the perfect spots, it seems like, all the time.
Riley Green, the next to hit.
First pitch ground out there for Carpenter.
First pitch misses.
Down low. Riley Green, 1 for 2. Drew a walk his last time.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
Just a slow cutter. Cut across the zone in slow motion. And that one into left field, and a base hit for Riley. His second of the game. Just can't leave a sinker there to a good hitter like Green.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle. Allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer.
Well, I mean, I guess you neutralize Carpenter, but now you do have to deal with Torque.
Spencer Torkelson.
1 home run already. 2-run home run made it 3-0 at the time.
And certainly part of the reason why they've got the lead right now.
For a guy who, I can't confirm it, but we might be leading the American League in home runs with Torkelson.
Clips the corner.
Good cutter.
It's 0-1.
Really good cutter that he's able to front door and.
Obviously, I'm thinking cutter. Colombe is going to throw a lot of them, but that one kind of just broke down. Ooh.
Front there as he swings through.
And his backdoor cutter really isn't cutting at all. Fouled away, went fastball up and away.
0-2.
Does have a slurve we have to be careful with. Yeah.
Swing and a high fly.
It went back to the cutter. We were just a smidge late on that. Torque will pop it up. Wild throw, but it is cut off by Colombe.
Gleyber Torres up.
So we'll see Gleyber.
For 3.
Rocket single his last time. Ooh.
Swing and a miss.
I mean, that cutter is just gross. I mean, he can't even throw at 90 miles an hour. Ooh. The sinker, however, he can. I don't know how he even got a bat to that. All sorts of off balance. Fouled away. We'll do it again. Sinker probably missed just low. Tigers 5 runs on 10 hits. Minnesota 1 on just 5. Battle here for Gleyber.
Green off of first with 2 away. Foul ball. It stays nothing.
I think he's going to have to throw us something else. I think eventually he's going to make a mistake with that sinker, and
different pitches still able to make some type of
we'll be on it. Down low. It's a good take.
Squirts away a little bit.
Finally, ball 1 here against Torres. For a guy that has his slurve in a 12-6 curveball, I don't think we've seen it yet. He worked this away the whole time. All these right-handers, he was throwing us away. Finally came inside. What you gonna do? Tigers strand Green.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
We'll send Reese Olson, I think, back out to the mound here as we do start the 7th.
And first
That way, if he's able to get through the inning, You hand it over to Vest. Tyler Holton.
Olsen winds and deals. And that is out of play.
Got to throw better pitches, though. No doubt about that. Slider.
Stays alive.
Pretty good pitch, but firing a little bit too good. Curveball for Reese has just been working all day. That time Buxton does get a piece of it. Got him looking.
And he's up to 7 strikeouts.
7 strikeouts for Reese Olson, and a couple of them looking on pitches that I don't understand taking. Ball 1 to Ryan Jeffers.
Done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with
1 for 2 in the day.
and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent.
And back up the middle, Trey Sweeney there to make the play.
Exactly what you want on the mound.
It's kind of been a boring day for our infield with so many hard hit balls off of Reese Olson.
Lets the defense work behind it with another ground
Trey
ball.
ready for that.
Good execution.
2 outs, base is empty. Trevor Larnach, the next Twin up to
Now
hit.
2 strikeouts for Trevor Larnach today.
Fastball for a strike.
Timing issues can snowball.
And an even
quickly,
better
and that's
call
what we're
from Woody
witnessing
Keller.
here. This lineup's inability to lock onto the pitcher's delivery is causing a few awkward swings.
Close
The
one.
Twins down by 4.
No doubt about that.
Bottom of the 7th.
Mistake, but it's right to Riley. That is 7 strong innings from Reese Olson, but we will turn it over to the pen from here. A very quiet Target field here today. 6, 7, 8 for the Tigers. Keith, Nito, and Sweeney.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Twins.
back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
44.
Cole Sands. He last pitched 2 days ago.
Cole Sands on the mound for the Minnesota Twins. We will head back to the pen. I'm going to leave Herder up for the moment. We'll sit down Breesky, get up Will Vest. Colt Keith, an 0 for 2 day, but has been on base with a walk.
And first offering is foul.
What do you know? Another
Sands
low
fills up the
90s,
zone,
maybe even
forces
into the
contact.
80s
So not a
cutter.
huge strikeout guy, but he's going to make the hitters beat him.
But he's
Doesn't
got
issue
it. He's
lot
got a
of
really
walks,
good
so pressure
fastball,
is
too.
really on the batter
Probably
to
not
make
going to
something
see it at
happen.
98 very much, though.
And a foul
Fouled
ball.
away there by Keith. Well, it's been Cutter City for the Minnesota Twins the last 2 innings. Ground ball and a base hit to the right field side. How about that from Colt Keith?
But although you like the fact that
He got 3 straight
strikes,
cutters, finally
gets
timed one up
contact,
well
but
enough.
not always great contact. The fact that when
And
you have
here's Nito.
runners on, if that ball's in play, there's still a
2
good
for
chance
4
that a
in
run
his
gets pushed
Tigers
across, whether it's
tenure.
earned or not.
Tomas Nito
Ground
with
ball,
the play.
foul. Cutter
Down to the
again.
left. And foul ball. Command in the zone is such a crucial part of it, right?
You know, it's not just throwing strikes, but it's throwing quality strikes and it's having quality misses as well. What's
Am I gonna
the
see
quality
another
miss?
pitch?
Missing just off the plate.
You got
rather than
5.
over the plate.
In the air from
Puts it
Nito.
in the air.
It was yet another cutter.
Center.
Not much underneath that.
Larnach makes the catch.
That's out
and
number
there's
1.
gone.
Here in the top of the 8th inning. Tigers offense hasn't done much the majority of the day, but we haven't needed them
3
to.
in this one.
Reese Olson has just been on.
The
Ball
shortstop
1 to
takes the
Trey
ball.
Sweeney.
Sands, a righty that throws with power. He throws a cutter, a four-seamer, a splitter, a slurve, and he works in a sinker.
Ball you like. Oh, just missed it. Just laid on it. Ground ball. Could be 2. And it is.
What a twin-killing day.
Second double play of the game. Grounded into by Detroit.
Last half of the
Tigers
inning
will
coming
send
up.
Will
It's the
Vest
Tigers 5 and
out to the
Twins
mound.
1.
Try and keep this one where it is. And then I guess I don't really know what we're going to do for the 9th. That depends. We could go with Tyler Holton anyway.
Now it's the second baseman, Edouard Julien.
Doesn't really matter who we throw in here. Lefty switch hitter, righty. So it will be Will Vest.
He last pitched 4 days ago, so he should feel pretty fresh.
Ground ball, hit hard, but right to Glaber.
Over to first, and that's one away.
A lot of first pitch outs by the Tigers pitching staff today. Of course, mainly Reese Olson. Will Vest has thrown one pitch. Sinker called a strike by Woody. Change up foul. Could do something bold here.
And that's in the dirt.
Well, I can't say I didn't try. Oh my God, he swung at that. Carpenter coming in. He will make the play. They're two-way here in the 8th.
Now batting.
That pitch missed bad.
Now the number 2 hitter.
Jose Miranda, no factor today at the plate, but at first base, he has played a great game. Really kept this game a lot closer for Minnesota than it honestly should be. That's a hanger, but fouled away. Minnesota's just been off all day. They really have.
2 down, nobody on. Inside.
2-1. It's a good count here for Miranda. Oh, man. The fastball control for Will Vest has not been very good, but it's worked out. Oh, boy, that's trouble. Deep left center field. It'll stay in the park. Malloy eventually decided to field it after watching it bounce a couple times. A 2-out double for Jose Miranda could make this a little interesting.
Take that swing and that result every time.
Well, now here's Carlos Correa with a chance.
Carlos Correa doubled his last time, later scored. And meter lag. Great time for that, of course.
Runner at second, 2 down. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Delivers a
Correa
pitch in
quickly
for a strike
down.
at 95.
0-2.
Perhaps not quite ready to hit. First 2 pitches by him for
And a ground ball right to Glaber.
He's going to have to figure something out.
Tigers will not have a save situation for Tyler Holton tonight.
And the Twins
Might at least warm him up. We'll see what we want to do.
We go to the 9th. So here's Baez.
Javier
now.
Baez to bat here. So we can sit down Brant Herter. 2 righties due up. So we'll warm up Tyler Holton. And if a runner gets on, probably throw him into the game. However, I would love to see player cards here. For whatever reason, I'm not allowed to. Who was better, Brebbia or Hannafy? I'm gonna guess Brebbia. I don't know. We'll warm up John Brebbia. So Baez against Cole Sands.
Sands back to work.
And a base hit to the right side. Javi Baez. 2 hits
And
tonight.
that turns the lineup over.
Tigers might not be done just yet, as here's Justin Henry Malloy. And so many of those Cole Sands cutters have just leaked over the middle of the plate.
Digging in, Justin Henry Malloy.
Kind of like that one. Wasn't really looking to pull the ball, though. 0-1 on Jahan.
That's in for a strike on the outside.
That's honestly one of the better cutters he's thrown. How's Tigers franchise been? That's a loaded question. I would say I'm happy with where we are facing the Dodgers and the Yankees this early and going 1 for 6 against them.
Misses just off the outside.
Woody Keller
I think that
potentially
was
with a little bit of a gift.
Got a break right there. Pretty good pitch on the outside corner.
Cole Sands has thrown 13 pitches. I want to say 12 of them have been cutters. Ah,
Lifted in the air right center field.
Malloy. What the hell was that?
Wallner puts it away for the
Yeah.
out. 1 away.
Well, and so I don't know if I sent you a message about this. I had just recently upgraded from my 720p TV that I gamed on for years to an actual monitor with a real refresh rate. And so I fired up the game this year. First time I'd played a baseball game on it, and I was just like, oh my god, I can't time up shit. Hitting, pitching, anything, I was ass.
And a strike in there.
Supposedly strike one to Kerry Carpenter.
One strike.
Unfortunately, we only won one game against Seattle. That was a series where I just made too many mistakes. We gave out probably a series sweep. Ooh.
Swings and misses.
Cole Sands can throw another pitch. Although, to be fair, he did throw the fastball. First pitch there to Carp.
But he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Yeah, it's once you get used to it, it's a game changer. It really is. And Carpenter, left field, that drops.
And that gets down into the gap. And out to a board.
Well, if we're going to be throwing Johnny Brebbia out there here in the bottom of the ninth, some insurance might not be a bad idea, even though we will have Holton up in case things go wrong.
And that's in for a strike.
Remember about the first 3 innings of this game where I was complimenting the home plate umpire, saying that his zone was very straightforward, and then I realized that it was Woody Keller. I'm like, man, Woody's calling this zone like crazy good. Ever since, the zone's been a little bit on the big side.
Pop
Launch foul.
Play off to the right. Runners at
Couple of
first
cutters
and
up and into
second
Riley.
Here at the top of the ninth. Good eye in that spot.
Couple of good takes this inning on sinkers,
though. How you take that? He's seeing the ball out of the pitcher's hand really well right now.
Plans for the summer? Not entirely.
Foul ball still a 1-2.
That may stand off the plate there. Had no idea. I mean, I'll be at the golf course. I just don't know how much. You know?
2 on, 1 out. That's
Down low again. A good takes down. Certainly Cole Sands' work here.
And that one is downstairs. And the count's full.
Remember the days where I used to swing at pitches like that? Like 10 times a game or more?
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Green continuing to battle. We got Torkelson due up. Home run earlier. He came with the fastball. It's just a pitch I have not seen much from Cole Sands. I'm kind of amazed we were able to catch up to it at all.
Now batting, designated hitter, Spencer.
So first and second with 2 outs. Spencer.
Hopefully less time at the
now
course.
for the Tigers. He's
True
already
that.
homered in this game.
Well, final chance for the Tigers to add on any more. Torkelson, a home run that really cut through the wind as it's blown in from left field today.
Ground ball out to short.
Got a splitter up and in.
And that is that. So they strand a pair.
All right. Well, we'll, I guess, trust John Brebbia to try and hold on to a 4-run lead. If Minnesota is able to get a runner on, we will go with Tyler Holton.
And welcome back to the ballpark. So bottom of the ninth, Royce Lewis.
Or do we just, you know, I think maybe with the stretch in the order, I didn't even really look. Maybe the stretch of the order, and we probably try and get an out or two here with Vest. Ground ball, foul.
Down the line, and that's just foul.
I don't think I trust John Brebbia against Royce Lewis.
Next pitch misses way outside.
What the fuck was that? I don't know if I've ever seen a worse pitch that I timed up perfectly on the meter. Lewis chased the fastball up. 1-2. I guess I'm going to try and go back to the slider. Now, that's a problem. It gets by Gleyber Torres.
And a good start to the inning.
It's a minimal problem. Lewis does not get past first base, but it's certainly not like this to go any worse than that. I mean, so let's take a look at this a little bit closer. Wallner does struggle more so against lefties than righties. Buxton does too. We would have a potential problem with Ryan Jeffers. I feel like Holton's the answer.
Here comes the skipper, and we're going to see a pitching change in this spot.
So yeah, we'll see Tyler Holton here. Good sinker, so maybe a double play potentially. Not on that. Not on fucking that. Double play potential if I'm not ass. Oh, he swung at that.
Hit hard, but foul.
That's ball one. The Minnesota Twins kind of command of the zone. Their plate vision has just been off.
The 0-2. That's foul off to the right side.
Can you tell I haven't pitched with Holton in a minute? All right, let's just not mess around here.
Fouled off.
I'd love a ground ball. I don't know how I'm gonna get it.
First with nobody out.
Not on anything like that.
It's a strikeout.
We don't deserve a strikeout at all. So now we got Buxton. Let's see if we can regain some cabin pressure here. That's a good sinker. And throw pitches there, we'll be in great shape. Yep, two really good hard pitches in terms of how fast Tyler Holton can throw them. Oh, let's waste one. Oh, that's trouble. Missed with it. I don't know where we missed.
They get it in quickly. So first and
I think it might have caught the bottom of the zone, nowhere near where I wanted it to be.
Ryan Jeffers digs in now.
Actually missed kind of low and away. Interesting. 2 on, 1 out for Minnesota. Ryan Jeffers.
Right through there for a strike.
Really good
Starting
job
to get
in this
some
spot to get ahead in the count. He's gonna
good timed pitches here with Holton. Oh, you are kidding. Now, wait a minute. Nito's throw down to third. Not in time. What a bounce off the backstop. And Tomas Nito almost made that play.
Good time for the hitter to lock in, put the ball in play hard somewhere.
Well, this has certainly gotten more interesting than I would have liked. I certainly think we'd sacrifice a run to get it out here. Oh.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Second and third, one away. Here the last half of inning number 9.
Swing and a miss. Big strikeout there for Tyler Holton.
For the Twins.
So barring a disaster, Minnesota shouldn't get the tying run to the plate.
There's a strike.
Cutter in to Trevor Larnach, who's just not been a factor today, 0 for 3.
That's
and
over in there for a strike.
Kind of seeing why. I mean, I might double down, maybe even triple down on the sweeper.
Holton is just 1 strike away.
If I can fucking throw it worth a damn. That's one pitch I have not really timed up well. All in a cutter. Swing by Larnach and foul. We need to go a little bit farther outside.
2 on, 2 outs.
Oh, Woody Keller.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Oh, what a pitch. Grounded foul again. I certainly did not see this turning into a 20-pitch outing for Tyler Holton. It's 2-2. Trevor Larnach putting up a fight. Got him! Tutted the high inside corner. That was a bold call. I was thinking 3-run home run the second I threw it, especially given that I missed it, but it certainly got a little dicey. Really, from the 4th inning onward, the Twins just continued to work their way back into this game. They, after getting, through the first 3-4 innings, no hits for Minnesota. I can't believe that, but Reese Olson to 2-1. David Festa, short-lived outing in his first loss of the year.